Khadija Coulibaly and her friends have created an oasis on the edge of the Sahara Desert. They've always had a ready source of well water, but that was not enough to make this garden grow. The real key to its success is the fence or hedge that surrounds it. Small irrigated garden plots can provide essential nutrition to farm families, especially in the dry season when no major crops can grow. Unfortunately, that is also when grazing animals have few sources of food. The green of the growing plants attracts the hungry animals. Everyone needs a fence.
You have seen yourself all these dead fences made up of cut material, cut branches and so on, which are used. The huge amount which is used here, you see, is leading to a big deforestation in our region here.
People here also need wood for their cooking fires, and that is the highest priority for the few trees that remain. Farmers turn to what seem to be their only fencing alternative: crop residues.
Those fences are made out of millet and sorghum stems, and they take a lot of time and they rot very easily. They're not very sturdy things. Imagine making a fence in Canada with corn stems. Won't last very long.
Barbed wire is not an alternative. Mesh wire is not an alternative. They are too expensive. Yes. So, what is left? Live hedges. Live hedges. That's effective live hedges.
It sounds so simple, but in fact it isn't. Scientists from ICRAF, the International Center for Research in Agroforestry, worked hand in hand with farmers to find out which kinds of shrubs would make effective barriers against the animals. ICRAF is part of a consortium of institutions working at the grassroots to improve food security and nutrition for the world's poorest. It has focused its work on the contribution trees and shrubs can make to farm productivity. At meetings like this one near the city of Ségou in Mali, West Africa, farmers discussed with researchers their needs and evaluated the results of using different kinds of hedge plants. In a land where incomes are small, food is scarce, and natural barriers like the Great Niger River have few bridges, it takes perseverance and commitment for farmers to attend meetings. But they come. Some, like Khadija and her friends, started their journey on foot, walking more than 10 kilometers to the riverbank to catch one of the boats, their only means of crossing the river. With the living hedges as sources of firewood, the precious parkland trees, which help to keep the fragile soil from blowing away, face fewer threats from families looking for wood.
We are seeing a major, if I can call it that way, major revolution happening here with the adherence or the participation of farmers. We are researchers. Farmers are coming to us, asking for the live hedges.
Canada, through the International Development Research Centre and the Canadian International Development Agency, was instrumental in founding ICRAF. It is doing the frontline research that's needed to help farmers find solutions to the terrible problems of food scarcity and security on the margins of the Sahara Desert.
Those crops are really very much contributing to the improvement of food security.
And the gardens have made other changes in the lives of the farmers. Many earn supplementary income by selling surplus vegetables at local markets.
Now that women can have a source of income through dry season cropping, like vegetable production, the money generated by the woman is her own money for her own needs.
And in many ways, that is the real miracle that is happening here in Mali. When the rains start, this dry and dusty landscape will be transformed. grasses and crops will turn the land green for a short time, cattle and goats will have plenty to eat. But until then, simple but effective living hedges will protect the oases that farmers have prepared and so carefully tended on the edge of the desert. For the Canadian Farm, I'm David Mowbray, near Segu, Mali.